see Pete, or Pete Shedleski, Attorney Dominic McQueen, and Heidi Michael are all present.
Can I get a motion to approve the agenda for the December 15th meeting?
I'll make a motion to accept.
I'll second that motion.
In favor? Aye.
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 Okay. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes from the November 17th meeting?
I'll make a motion for that.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. We'll get on to regular business. Our first appeal is with Andy Stewart. Andy, are you present?
Heidi, I do not see him on here. I did provide the Zoom instructions to the prison, but I don't see him logged in here.
Okay, so, do we need to call there? Do we need to probably, let me just move him to the bottom of the agenda? Does anyone on the board have an idea what they'd like to do? Well, at this moment, I'm gonna make a motion to move Mr. Stewart to the bottom of the agenda in case the prison has something going on and can't get back in touch with us right away. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right. Next on the agenda is the appeal of Juan Zayas Cortez, who is present along with an interpreter, Mario.
Llamamos entonces próximo en la agenda para tomar el caso de Zayas Cortés. Está presente aquí junto con el intérprete Mario.
Mr. Cortez, I need you to unmute yourself.
Señor Cortés, necesito que se unmute para que lo podamos escuchar. Señor Cortés, necesitamos que presione el asterisco número 6 para poder ser escuchado. Is there any particular button that he has to press, or it's just his phone?
Well, he's calling from an institution. I would gather that a social worker or somebody from the institution must be present with him.
Okay.
I just emailed his counselor at the prison to see if somebody can go unmute him. Okay, this is Deanna. I'm going to step out of the room and call the prison and see if I can get somebody to unmute Mr. Cortez.
Okay.
Okay, do you wanna try and dial in again? Oh. Okay. Thank you. Okay, they're gonna try and dial in again. There's not a button on the phone he's using to let him unmute, so if he's gonna try and dial back in.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi, this is social worker at Racing Correctional. I'm gonna try to transfer over to Mr. Cortez again.
Great, thank you.
Hello.
Hi, Mr.
Hola,
Cortez?
sí, sí, Cortés.
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Cortez, you are appealing your decision to stay in Green Bay. Well, I'm gonna quote that address here. You're looking to move to 750 Bellevue Street, is that correct?
Señor Cortés, usted está sugiriendo pudiendo mudarse al 750 de Bellevue Street, ¿correcto?
Correcto.
Yes.
Okay. And he plans to live with his family?
¿Usted va a vivir con su familia?
Sí, con mi familia son las únicas personas que tengo.
Yeah, the only persons that I have.
Okay. And is he currently, when is he scheduled to get out of prison?
¿Cuándo está agendado para que usted salga de la prisión?
En enero 4 del 2022.
January 4, 2022.
Okay. And has he ever appeared before the board before?
¿Alguna vez usted ha aparecido frente al grupo que hay aquí?
Hello?
No.
Okay. So what we're going to ask of him right now is we want him to tell us what he was convicted of.
Mhm.
We do not want him to mention the victim by name or relationship.
Mhm.
And we will have an opportunity treatment. And if you could please ask him if he would like to do that in public or
Mhm.
private session.
Ok, señor, primeramente lo que va a hacer acá la audiencia esta, le van a preguntar a usted por qué fue acusado y la convicción que tuvo, el por qué. Le va a describir qué pasó, no tiene que mencionar el nombre de la víctima, pero la pregunta es si usted quiere hacer esto privadamente con ellos o quiere hacerlo público.
Bueno, pues me sentiría quizás más cómodo discutiéndolo solamente con ellos, ¿verdad?
I will feel more comfortable doing it in private.
Okay, so when we are ready to talk to him about his treatment, we'll make a motion to move into private session. And at that point, all the other participants will be removed from the Zoom call.
Ok, so cuando estemos dispuestos entonces a hablar acerca de las opciones de tratamiento que hay, en ese momento entonces vamos a remover todas las otras personas que están ahí para que solos para hablar.
Oh, discúlpeme, que no estoy entendiendo mucho.
I don't understand the process.
Oh, okay,
Las otras personas son parte del board, ¿verdad?
Yeah, so let me explain to him back. Ellos van a las personas, esto es público, hay muchas personas, so, cuando ellos van a hablar de tratamiento, entonces van a remover al público y va a quedar usted con las personas del board.
Oh, ok, no hay problema.
All right, perfect, I got it.
Okay, So if you could ask him to please describe what he was arrested for and how it came about to the police.
So, básicamente pueden describirnos concisamente por qué lo arrestaron y qué es lo que pasó para llevarlo al arresto.
Bueno, hablar, honestamente, el caso en inglés o los cargos en inglés no lo sé decir.
Uh-huh. I mean, honestly, the charges in English, I don't know how to say them.
Pero lo que puedo decir es que pues me acusaron de ponerle a una menor de edad pues una película pornográfica
Uh-huh.
y de tocarla indebidamente en sus partes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so basically what I was charged, accused of and convicted for, allow a minor to watch a porno movie and touch the person and inappropriately in the private parts.
And how did the police get notified?
¿Y cómo notificaron entonces esto?
¿Cómo que bueno, si no me equivoco, según es como seducir a una menor o algo así, no estoy muy seguro porque pues en inglés es muy diferente.
Well, I don't know exactly how an English will be this, but I think it was for seducing a minor.
Okay. And why did he do it?
¿Por qué hizo esto usted?
Bueno, honestamente, soy muy sincero, no fue a propósito.
I mean, honestly, I'm going to be honest with you. Sincerely, it wasn't really something that I did on purpose.
Yo desafortunadamente abusé de una confianza que me dieron.
Unfortunately, I took advantage of the trust that was given to me.
And how old was he?
¿Cuántos años tenía usted?
Tenía 40 años.
I was 40.
And the victim was how old?
¿Y la víctima cuántos años tenía?
Si no me equivoco, 11 o 12 años, algo así más o menos.
If I'm not mistaken, I think it was 11 or 12 years of age.
Commander Abel, is that pretty accurate as to what was described, as to what he was charged with?
La comando que describió todo no era muy preciso la manera que describió el por qué le estaban poniendo los cargos.
You were unable to get much
¿Cómo
of
fue?
Un momento. Sorry about that.
we were unable to get anything out of Puerto Rico.
Ya, no pudimos realmente sustraer nada de Puerto Rico, realmente.
Is that,
No, pero estamos hablando de los cargos de aquí o de Puerto Rico.
So we talking about in Puerto Rico.
no, the charges here in Brown County, he was charged, it looks like in
Okay.
2000 over child enticement. Commander, you didn't have access to that?
Los cargos, estamos hablando de los cargos que tiene acá en el condado Brown.
Okay.
Eso se lo había mencionado entonces, ¿no es cierto?
Yeah, we thought that those convictions were in Puerto Rico. I'd have to look at the case.
Okay.
Ya en este caso habían visto que había una convicción en Puerto Rico, pero no pudieron obtener nada.
Does the board have any other questions for him regarding his case? No. Okay. Could you ask him, so he has been in custody for how many years?
So, ¿por cuántos años usted sea bajo custodia?
Bueno, la sentencia que me dieron fue 5 años de prisión.
I was
9 años
sentenced. I was sentenced for 5 years of prison and 9 years supervision.
Okay, could you ask him why on his application indicates that he served 13 months for this
So-
case?
La pregunta que tenemos para usted es por qué en la aplicación indica que usted sirvió, o sea, tuvo tiempo ahí.
Bueno, yo estuve 13 meses en el condado, en el Brown County, que
I was 13 months in Brown County Jail,
esperando, pues, paso hasta que me sentenciaron.
I was waiting for the day that I'm going to have the sentence.
Okay,
Y me sentenciaron a 5 años de prisión y 9 años en supervisión extendida.
Years in prison and 9 years of supervision.
okay. Did he complete this application on his own?
¿Usted completó la aplicación por sí solo?
¿Cuál aplicación?
Which application?
The appeal form?
El formulario de apelo, lo que sea.
No, yo estuve
No, I wasn't
estuve
present.
presente, pero quien llenó todo fue la social mía porque yo no sé
Okay.
escribir ni leer inglés.
All right. I don't know how to write or read English, but my social worker was the one who filled out the paperwork. I was present there too.
All right. Does the board have any other questions for him? Otherwise, I would like to get a motion to go into private session so we can discuss treatment.
Nothing here.
Could I get a motion to move into private session?
I make a motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second the motion.
All in favor? Aye?
I,
Aye.
Okay.
Okay, this is,
Karen will excuse everybody.
yep, let me get everybody moved to the waiting room. Just bear with me, I will let you know when we're in the waiting room.
Porque le va a alcanzar cuando estemos en la sala de espera, que es donde vamos a estar a solas.
Gracias.
Alright.
Admitir toda la gente nuevamente.
Everyone is back in the room, Heidi.
Okay. Okay, so we went into private session to talk about treatment, we're back in. Does anybody, well, first, does Mr. Cortez have anybody that wants to speak on his behalf?
Señor Cortés, ¿usted tiene alguna persona que quiera hablar a favor suyo en este momento?
Bueno, ahora mismo aquí en la prisión no hay ninguna persona que pueda hablar a favor mío.
I don't have anybody really here in prison who will do that for me.
Okay,
Pero yo,
does the board have any further questions, or would anyone want to entertain a motion?
have a question. I was wondering, does he have a job lined up in transportation?
Is that a question?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you repeat that for me, please?
Yes, I was wondering if he has a job lined up in transportation.
Señor, la pregunta es, ¿usted tiene un trabajo en vista? Señor,
con todo mi respeto, yo quise devolver al trabajo que yo estaba antes.
well, with all due respect, I want to come back to the job that I had before.
Y pues mi pues mi familia pues tiene un vehículo que me puede brindar transportación para el trabajo o para todo lo que necesite hacer
Ujú.
para todo lo
Ok, so,
personal.
un vehículo que le van a prestar a usted, ¿no es cierto?
Bueno, me imagino que me llevarán porque no creo que pueda manejar.
All right, so my family has offered to transportation to go to whatever I need to go with, whether it is to work or whatever else I need, because I think I'm not allowed to drive at this point anyway.
Okay, thank you.
Gracias.
You're welcome.
Anything further from the board? Does anyone want to discuss a possible motion or make a motion? Okay, well, I'm gonna give you my opinion.
Voy a dar mi opinión entonces, la opinión mía.
At this point, I'm not comfortable approving Mr. Cortez to move to 7th Street. And my reasoning for that is he has any type of treatment, and specifically on his application, he indicates that he needs to fix himself and be better.
Can I
So
repeat that?
without treatment, I don't think he's able to be safe back in the community. That's my opinion.
All right, la opinión que da la señora que en este momento ella no aprueba que usted vaya al domicilio del 750 Bellevue. La razón es porque usted comentó, primeramente no ha recibido tratamiento y después usted hizo un comentario estando en la cárcel donde dijo usted tiene que primeramente arreglarse a usted mismo, ¿no es cierto?
Víctor, escúchame, ¿pues yo puedo hablar?
Can I say something?
Sure.
Yeah, por supuesto. Sí, diga.
¿Sí puedo decir algo?
Sí, can I say something?
Yes, he can.
Sí, sí, señor.
Yo quiero dirigirme al board con todo mi respeto y con toda mi humildad.
Humbly and with all my respect, I want to address the board.
Yo entiendo y acepto que cometí un delito del cual estoy muy arrepentido.
I understand and I accept the fact that I commit felony, and I regret it very much.
Yo estoy dispuesto a hacer todo lo que esté en mis manos para ser una mejor persona.
I want and I would like to do everything that is, in my power to become a better person.
Mi familia pues me necesita en el hogar.
My family needs me home.
Porque mi mamá es una persona mayor y está incapacitada.
My mother person, and she actually is taking care of my two disabled brothers.
Y me necesita.
And I know they need me.
Y eso es parte también porque uno necesita, para no volver a caer en los malos pasos, uno necesita un motivo para seguir hacia adelante.
Now, sometimes when you have, you need something that's going to incentivize you to move forward.
Y ellos son mi motivo y mi propósito.
That is, they are the incentive and the purpose.
Y yo sé que ya la comunidad nunca más va a confiar en mí como persona.
I understand. I know that the community will never trust me as a person.
Pero por lo menos necesito una sola oportunidad de demostrarle que puedo ser mejor persona.
But at least I need one opportunity, one chance to show you that I can be a better person.
Solo una. Una
Just
nada más
one.
estoy pidiendo.
That's all I ask in one.
Okay, thank you.
Gracias.
We still need to vote on it, I'm just offering my opinion, we do have two other board members here, and we may have a different opinion.
Okay, so esa es la opinión mía. Todavía tenemos otras dos personas que van a poner su voto. A lo mejor tienen otra opinión diferente, ¿ok?
Ah, pues, discúlpeme.
Okay, my apologies.
Okay, so, do any of the other board members have anything they would like to say or make a motion?
Another question. He said he plans on attending a church. I was wondering what church that would be.
So, la pregunta es, usted indicó que tiene planes de ir a la iglesia. ¿Qué iglesia sería esa entonces?
Hay una, honestamente el nombre no lo sé, pero hay una iglesia protestante que es latina en Green Bay, y pues ahí es que quiero ir.
I don't know exactly the name, but it's a Protestant church in Green Bay, and that's what I want to attend.
Okay, thank you.
Gracias.
Any other questions or a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to be address specific for 60 days after his release to come back to show us that he is doing a treatment program and that his job is working out and also that he's attending the church.
Ok, él hace una moción a ellos que le da 60 días para volver, para demostrar que está yendo bien en su trabajo y que está atendiendo a su iglesia, está siguiendo las estipulaciones de ellos.
Eso es definitivo. Todo lo que ellos me pongan, yo lo voy a seguir al pie de la letra.
I mean, definitely whatever is, just that.
We need a second for that motion.
I'll second that motion.
All right, we'll take a vote. All in favor? Aye.
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 Opposed? Opposed. Okay, at this point, Mr. Cortez has been approved to reside at 750 Bellevue Street for a period of 60 days, at which time he will need to return before the board with documentation that he is in treatment and attending church. And I'm sorry, did you say employed?
Yes.
And employed.
So he is accepted, you said, right? To be clear.
Yes, he is.
Okay. So, a este punto entonces ha sido aceptado de residir en esta dirección del 750 de Bellevue con las condiciones siguientes: volver en 60 días con documentación de que está siguiendo los tratamientos apropiados, pruebas de que va a la iglesia que usted está concurriendo y de que está trabajando, que tiene un trabajo.
Así será.
I will do that.
What is the anticipated release date? I just want to make sure that we have him coming back on the right month.
January 4th was his release date.
Okay, so we'll have him come back to the March meeting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so preguntaron qué día usted salía, entonces indicaron la fecha, so ellos van a citarlo para que vuelva a las reuniones de marzo.
Okay, we're done with him. He can leave, and Mario, I thank you for your services.
You're welcome. Señor, todo listo con usted, entonces puede colgar, ¿ok?
Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much, he says.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Have a good day. Bye-bye now.
Bye. Next on the agenda is the appeal of Harlan Pelvis, which I see Harlan is on here. Harlan, you are requesting to move to 834 Day Street, is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, And you've never been before the board, correct?
Correct, I've never been before the board.
Okay, so, as I indicated earlier, we're gonna ask you to tell us what, you were convicted of. And please don't mention your relationship to the victim or the victim by name,
Okay.
okay? Please go ahead.
Right, I was convicted of, sexual assault of a child, 15-year-old, female.
How old were you?
I was 17 at the time.
You're not in prison for this right now, are you?
I am not.
Okay, so you served 5 years in prison?
I did.
Okay, and are you still on supervision for this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, so, you said that you had sexual assault, of a 15-year-old. What exactly did you do?
I anally sodomized her.
Okay, and how did it get brought to the police's attention?
I believe, she told, she was going to the Boys and Girls Club and, she told somebody there. I do believe that's how it went down.
Okay, and, was this a one-time incident, or did you repeatedly do this?
And, it states it was going on for a year and a half.
And every time, was it the same thing that you did? As
Yes,
you described, anally sodomize her?
right.
You never did anything else?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Commander Abel, do you have a copy of his judgment of conviction?
Yes, I do have his criminal complaint, and he is factually accurate in his description.
Okay, thank you. Does the board have any questions regarding his offense?
None here.
No.
Okay. All right. Harlan, would you like to discuss your treatment in private or public session?
Private will be fine.
Private, you want it in private?
Yes.
Okay, we'll ask all the, other parties to, exit in the treatment.
Let me put everybody in the waiting room. I will let you know when.
Can we get a motion to go
Oh,
into closed
I'm
session?
sorry. Yes. Can we get a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second that. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Just give me a moment. Everyone's back in.
Okay. So we talked to, Harlan about his, treatment. We're now back into public session. And I guess, Harlan, I do have a question. So you have been out of prison since, I'm guessing, approximately 2006?
I actually got revoked. I just got out last year again.
Okay, so, when did you get revoked?
I got revoked, when is it, what year was that? I did, I just got out last year. I did 4 years on revocation. And trying to figure it out. Math is not my strong suit. Was
Why were you revoked?
rule violations. I was staying with my father and my stepmother, and my niece was over. I wasn't alone with her, but she was there, and they said that I wasn't supposed to have any supervised contact with minors, and I didn't. But you know, it's that's what they got, rule violation.
Okay. And you plan on living with whom when you get out? Well, if we would approve you.
My friend Patrick's father, David Klemick, he owns that home. I'll be renting a room from him and helping him out. He's actually disabled, and just helping him around the house, you know, as much as possible, and with different things.
And do Patrick and Amy both live there?
They live upstairs. It's a two-family home, yeah.
Okay. All right. And you are employed at where?
At Taco Bell on Main Street.
Okay. How long have you been there?
I've been there, it's 5 months, 6 months. So yeah, I've been there for a while. I actually enjoy what I do, enjoy the people, and I'm actually happier than I've been in a long time.
Okay. Does the board or have any further questions, or would anyone like to discuss anything before we make a motion?
Nothing here.
No.
Okay. Well, here's my opinion. So Harlan, I mean, I kind of had a little bit of reservations, just, you know, going through 2 bouts of treatment. The first one is a little bit more concerning for me. I do think you were potentially at that point assaulting your victim while you were still attending treatment, or very shortly thereafter. However, it seems like you have gained some insight from your second bout of treatment with family services. You really haven't had any further law violations other than being revoked and being sent back to prison. So at this point, I don't have any issues of you residing here on Day Street, but I'll leave it up to the rest of the board to see what they think.
And Heidi, I think that there are people who want to speak on this agenda item too.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have somebody who wants to speak on your behalf, Harlan?
Yes, my friend Patrick and Amy both, probably Patrick more would have something to say, I do believe.
Oh, sure. Patrick, are you here?
He's on here, we just need him to unmute.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, Patrick, if you could just state your name and address for the record, please.
Yeah, my name is Patrick Klemick. Last name is Klimek. The address is 834 and a half D Street, because I'm in the upper apartment.
Okay. And what do you have to say about Harlan?
Well, I've known him for quite a long time now. I first met him probably when I was like 8 years old, and then we reacquainted back when I was about 17. He was like 13 at the time. We're 4 years apart in age. And been friends since. He's a good guy as far as I'm concerned. Very smart in a lot of areas. He goes to church with us every Sunday. And I know he loves that. He's definitely a person of God. It's really all I can say. I know he's good at helping my dad. He even helps me and my wife at times because I'm on disability myself. And if we need help, he helps. He's a good person.
Did you maintain a relationship with him while he was in prison?
Yes.
Okay. All right. thank you.
Yep.
Did Amy also wanna speak?
Yeah, I can speak too for him. You gotta
Okay,
mute yours.
just please state your name and address for the record.
My name's Amy Plummick. My address is 834 and a half Day Street.
And what would you like to say?
I would just like to, I've known Harley like the last 4 or 5 years. He's been a good guy. We've kept in contact while he's been in prison. I'm very proud of him. He's been on his job. He does well at his job. I know he likes going to church. He's got a good support system. He's not only got me and my husband, he's got my father-in-law, and we have other friends that have a very good support system for him. I think he's moving in the right direction with a lot of things right now.
Mhm.
And this would be one more step forward for him.
I agree.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone else? And just those two? Harlan, is that correct? Just those two are gonna speak?
That's correct, it's them two, yes.
Okay, thank you. Does the board have any further questions or anything, like maybe they'd like to make a motion?
Yes, I'd like to make motion
All right, go ahead.
that, we accept for address specific.
834 Day Street,
Yes.
okay. Is there a second?
Second that motion.
Okay. All in favor? Aye.
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 Okay. Harlan, you've been approved to reside at 834 Day Street. Would you like us to mail that letter to you at that address, or would you like us to mail it to the Shawano Avenue?
I don't know where, I have a question, when would I be able to move in there?
You could move in as soon as today.
Okay, yeah, just mail it to the 834 Day Street.
Okay,
Okay, that's where I'll send it.
okay. Thank you. If, just so you know, Harlan, if you do decide to move, you do need to come back before the board.
Even though you already approved me, I have to come back. Oh, if I move from there, right?
Move from the Day Street.
Okay, yes, I understand that.
Okay, all right, well, thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you, I will,
Bye-bye.
bye.
Okay, next on the agenda, it looks like we have the appeal of Elvin Cunard requesting to move to 418, is that Northern?
Yes.
Okay, Northern Avenue, and Elvin is here. Okay, Elvin, have you been before the board before?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, it looks like you were here back in July of 2020, is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, and at that time, it looks like we approved you to live on Finger Road.
2760, that's correct.
Okay, and why are you deciding to move now?
Well, the landlord passed away, Gene Melkor, and all the kids decided to sell the duplex. 3 duplexes that she owned on Finger Road here. And what happened is some young man stepped forward, Mr. Brooks Renard, and bought the place. And on November 15th, he called me and said, you have to move because I'm gonna live on your side of the duplex. So at that point, I was shocked, but called down the Madison Consumer Protection Agency, and they said he can't do that until he signs papers, which he did on December 3rd. He signed papers. At that point, he gave me 30 days to move. So we got till January 3rd
to get out of here. So we're both 78 years old, my wife and myself, and we're scrambling. And so the boys stepped forward, my two sons and nephew, and bought a house on Northern Avenue. So we're requesting to move to Northern. And I guess that's it on this end, so.
Okay. So your children bought the home that you're gonna live in?
My two boys and nephew.
Okay.
They're signing papers on January 15th. We're getting the keys tomorrow. They allowed us to pay $30 a day rent to them. Plus we gotta pay $500 for the rest of this month, so January 3rd to the new owner of the duplex, so. That's, I know it sounds like a mess, but it's getting straightened out, and, but we need permission to move. So.
Okay.
Or I do, I should say.
All right, so, I mean, it's been a while since you have been, here before the board. So I just want to, I do wanna talk about what you were convicted of. So if you could just kind of talk about what you were convicted of and how it was brought to light.
Well, it was 6 years ago, and I was down in Kansas City, Johnson County. I was visiting my oldest granddaughter.
Please don't talk about the victim by a name or relationship.
But it's a matter of touching is what it was. And Kansas law is 25 years in prison if you touch somebody under 14. So it was brought to the board here. It happened in 2015, 2017. Brown County judge dismissed it, and the state of Wisconsin judge dismissed it. And 2 years later, the U.S. Marshals picked me up in front of my house, put threw me in jail. I did not know Kansas wanted to talk to me, so the next day, or the next couple of days, or whatever it was, my son, myself, my wife, and his wife drove down to Kansas, and I surrendered, and they threw me in jail for 4 months. And they let me go on February 7th of 2020. But then COVID hit, so we couldn't get back to sentencing until August. And I see Marta once a month now. She moved it up. I've been going to her for about 16, 15 months on probation, and so she only wants to see me once a month now. And I went to family services with Jim Drake, and he sees me every 2 weeks. So
Okay.
we're in the process of working everything out.
Okay, I'm gonna just quick ask, if we do wanna talk to you about your treatment, do you wanna do that in public session or private session?
Well, I don't care.
Okay. All right,
Don't
we'll meet in, public session then. So you have been, seeing Jim Drake since when?
I have no idea. I think you'd have to ask him, but I think it's been 4 months.
Since about July of this year?
Pretty sure it's been 4 months now.
We paid a couple different times, we paid.
You know, pretty close to that anyway.
Okay. So when we saw you back in July of 2020, you weren't convicted at that point, were you?
Nope, I wasn't sentenced until August of 2020.
Okay,
3 years probation.
okay. Commander Abel, I don't really need to ask you any questions about this, because it appears that we actually had a copy of the criminal complaint in there. But I thank you for being present.
And I will be living with my wife. My wife of 60 years.
Okay. Sorry, I just have to stop and think here for a moment. Unless the other board members have some questions that they wanna kinda ask you while I'm thinking.
Nothing here.
Okay. Does anyone have any, thoughts about making a motion? Okay. Elvin, is your wife there with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, does she wanna speak on your behalf, or would she be willing to answer some questions?
Yes. Right here.
Okay. Ma'am, could you just state your name, and address for the record?
Diane M. Cunard, 2760 Finger Road, Green Bay, Wisconsin, 54302.
Okay. So were you aware, of the incident that took place with your husband?
We were visiting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you knew that it took place?
No,
Not until the police showed up?
right. Well, no, not until we had, the state had looked it over, the, city of Green Bay or whatever, Brown County had looked it over, and they had left it go. But Kansas is, I'm trying to think of the law it is, Jessica's law, I believe it is. And when we talked to a lawyer, he said, the sentence would be the same as first-degree intentional murder. And I just broke down. So I said, he's not a bad man. I don't know how it happened, I still don't know, but he's not a bad man. I've been married to him, we dated in high school, and I not, I don't know, we now, he can't be alone with anybody, and that's okay. Our grandkids come and see us and stuff like that, but myself and our two sons are both sponsors for him. I don't know anything more to say. I begged last time and I said, I want to be with him.
When you say that you're a sponsor for him, is that, are you like meaning a chaperone? Like he can't go anywhere?
No, they said he can go places alone, but he can't be around children or anything,
Okay. So like, would you let him go to the grocery store by himself?
I let him go to the gas station and things like that, and he doesn't, use the bathroom or anything like that. It's just, it's pretty hard to, we love each other, but it's hard to be with somebody 24/7,
Mm-hmm. I understand. Okay. Does the board have any questions for Ms. Cunard? No. I'm sorry, Alvin, did you say that we could discuss your treatment in public, or did you want private?
My treatment should be private, yes.
Okay. Well, really, there's nobody left on the call, but maybe just make a motion to, move into private session, please.
Make a motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Aye.
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 Okay. Now, we're gonna go back into public session. The only other, individuals that are joining us other than the board is, Commander Paul Abel from the Green Bay Police Department.
We're back in open. He's back in.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Does the board have any questions they would like to ask Eldon?
None here.
Okay. I guess I'll give you my opinion before a motion is made. Typically, I like to see somebody that has a little bit more treatment, before I approve them to reside in the community. But, I mean, I see you've seen him 9 times. One thing that I'm taking into consideration is your age factor. It's your first offense. You obviously are getting help for it, trying to recognize why it happened. So I don't have an issue with you residing at the northern, address, 418 Northern Avenue. I guess I'd just like to hear what the board members like to think.
I feel like I'm in agreement with you.
The only thing I'd like to mention,
Yes?
yes, I just want to say that, I do know Alvin. I've known him for quite a few years, and, I do agree with what you're saying. And, I'd like to make a motion to, specific address to accept.
Time out. Do you feel that that's considered a conflict of interest, that you know him? That should you be voting on whether or not he should reside somewhere?
Well, he's more of an acquaintance. I haven't seen him in quite a few years. Like I said, I do know him.
The decision about whether to abstain or not comes down to whether the relationship renders Pete incapable or capable of making a fair and unbiased decision. So, I mean, that's up to Pete to determine whether he can impartially make this decision, make the vote on this matter. If he's saying that Mr. Cunard is an acquaintance, and there's no personal gain to be had by voting on this agenda item, then it wouldn't be inappropriate to vote on that agenda item.
Okay. Sorry, I just wanted clarification. Pete, you can go ahead.
Yes, I'd like to make an motion to accept address specific for 418 Northern Avenue.
Is there a second?
I'll second the motion.
Okay. All in favor? Aye.
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 Okay, Mr. Cunard, you've been approved to reside at 418 Northern Avenue. If you decide to move from that location, you will need to come back before the board. Would you like us to mail that to that address or to your current address?
The current, please, 2760.
Okay, we will do that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, we appreciate this.
Yep. The next appeal we have is the appeal of Andy Stewart requesting to move to 1237 St. Clair Street. Deanna, it doesn't appear that he's still present.
No, I did get a hold of someone at the prison. They were having some issues connecting to Zoom, so we will need to reschedule him.
Okay, so at this moment, I would need a motion to do so.
I'll make a motion that we reschedule his appeal.
I'll second.
Do we need to have a specific time frame for that, Deanna?
I'm looking to see when he's scheduled to be released. I haven't heard back from his PO because she was already gone. I had to speak with somebody in records. It looks like his scheduled release date is January 18th. And I don't know if they're gonna continue to have connection issues. We had someone last month that appeared from Oshkosh Correctional and we didn't have any issues, but apparently this month we did.
So is the motion then to hold until the January meeting?
January meeting is the 19th.
And he's released the day before that.
Correct, so I don't know if his PO will send him to the TLP for a day or two, or at least until he can appear in front of the board.
Sure. Alright. Do we wanna be specific in our motion as to which meeting?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Do you wanna rephrase your, do you wanna rephrase your motion?
Sure, I'll make a motion that we reschedule his appeal to the February meeting.
Do we wanna do it to the January meeting since he's released on January 18th? Or do you wanna wait till February?
I'm just concerned, because I've seen it with people that get out of jail before court date, that he might not have the information.
Okay, so we have a motion that you want to reschedule him until the February meeting, which would be February 16th. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor? Aye.
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 Okay, I guess Deanna, then if you could please notify the, Mr. Stewart and the agent that, he'll have to come before us in February.
I will.
Okay,
I should hear from her in the morning as long as she's in.
okay. All right, so that looks like the end of our appeals. Our next meeting is scheduled for January 19th at 4 p.m. Is there any new business that anybody would like to discuss?
I would just like to encourage continued discussion before motions are made, just sharing where you're at. If you're supportive of approving, why are you supportive? If you're leaning towards denial, why are you leaning towards denial? So just continue that dialogue before the motions are made so that we can create that record in case someone has questions about why the board made the decision that it made.
Thank you. Commander Abel, thank you for your presence today.
Sorry, I didn't realize that, Juan, you have a Brown County case.
It's all good. Okay, and then I guess I'll just need a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor? Aye.
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 Okay, meeting is adjourned. I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas and I'll see you next year.
Thank you, you too.
All right, thanks.
Good night,
You
everybody.
too.
Good night.
Yep. Merry Christmas.
Merry
Happy New
Christmas.
Year.